Rose with the Mill City Times, and I'm here today with Chef Beth Jones. Chef works with the U of M Campus Club. She's also a chef with the Mill City Cooks at the Mill City Farmers Market, and she's involved in Minnesota Central Kitchen. Thank you so much for being here today, Beth.
Thanks for having me.
So Beth, you are involved in a lot of different projects here. I'd love to start out by talking about Minnesota Central Kitchen, also referred to as MCK. What is it? Can you give us an overview of that?
Yeah, so Minnesota Central Kitchen is a branch of Second Harvest Heartland that was started last March in response to COVID. And it's another branch of hunger relief from Second Harvest, but what we do is prepare prepared meals. Rather than giving people ingredients, we give them a set meal that all they have to do is heat up. It's ready to go. It's a big time saver, and it's just a big relief for people. So that's kind of the gist of it. There are a number of kitchens in the Twin Cities that are involved in it. Campus Club is just one of many, and my kitchen is doing about 1,400 meals a week right now. So,
wow, that's incredible. How did the Campus Club get involved?
So I just happened to, with my hands in a number of different projects and teaching cooking classes around the Twin Cities, I just happened to know some of the women that were involved with this. We knew that the Campus Club was going to be closing as of Thanksgiving. We didn't know right away that we were going to be closed for all of spring semester, but I knew my kitchen was going to be sitting empty, and it seemed like a shame for it to just go to waste. And so I got in touch with a friend who had worked with a farm that I bought from. She's in marketing now for Second Harvest, and she put me in touch with Emily Paul, who was another friend of mine who I knew from teaching at the Good Acre. And Emily Paul is the director of Minnesota Central Kitchen. And so I told her our situation at the club. We had the kitchen, we had the staff that were, going to be furloughed for quite some time. And it was just, reaching out to the right people at the right time, so it's worked out really well for my staff.
Yeah, it sounds like it, and like the stars aligned, basically. Where do the meals go?
Well, that's another thing that, we're just knowing, reaching out to the right people. A lot of our meals go to the Nutritious You Food Pantry, which is literally downstairs from the Campus Club within Kaufman Union. Those meals go directly to university students that are having issues with hunger. We're doing anywhere from 150 to 300 some each week for them. We're currently doing 800 family meals a week that are going to the Roseville school system. Those serve four people, and it's just kind of a nice thing for a family to be able to get dinner on the table fast. We also do Meals for Loaves and Fishes and the West Bank Community Development Corps.
So Beth, if not for the Minnesota Central Kitchen, what would the last few months have looked like for you and your team?
The Campus Club would have been completely closed. The university went to all online learning after Thanksgiving. We had thought that we were going to be reopening after the Christmas break, but we would have been completely closed. Everybody would have been totally furloughed, and it would have been hard for a number of our employees. So this has been a great thing. We're relieving hunger, but it's also preventing, a lot of restaurant workers from needing these kinds of services themselves.
And I imagine it must be, you get to work, but also you're doing something that's very fulfilling. by working in the community like this and providing these meals for people.
Right. Well, and it's, especially with the nutritious some of my staff members actually get to go down there during the distributions. So we're seeing firsthand that there's a need for this, and that it's nice for us to be able to help students. And even before the pandemic, hunger amongst university students was much greater than the general population. So I think a lot of us assume that if you can afford to go to college, you're probably eating okay, but that just simply isn't the case for everyone.
Well, and speaking of college students, as life starts to return to normal or near normal as time progresses, what will that mean for the campus club, and will you continue to serve meals to the community?
Our plan is to keep serving as long as the need is there. And, the Nutritious You in particular has been serving, or has had their pantry open to students for years. And so that need is not going away. And we're committed to it for the long run. If it gets to the point where our regular business is taking all of our employee labor, there are student groups on campus that have volunteered to help package meals and do things like that. So we're in it for the long haul.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today, Beth.
Yeah, thanks for having me.